Everyone assumes the US Navy has this under control. They are dead wrong. 20% of the world's oil passes through a corridor just 21 miles wide. The country controlling one coastline just threatened to shut it down. Your gas bill, your grocery costs, your heating, all of it flows through this one choke point. What happens if it actually closes? The Strait of Hormuz sits between Iran to the north and Oman to the south. At its narrowest, just 21 miles across. But the actual shipping lanes, the corridors where supertankers must travel, are only 2 miles wide in each direction. Every single day, 17 million barrels of crude oil move through those lanes, bound for Europe, Asia, and global markets. There is no real alternative route. If this closes, the world cannot reroute fast enough. Here is what the Pentagon will not say openly: defending Hormuz against a determined Iran is genuinely difficult. Iran does not need a conventional navy. They have fast attack boats, anti-ship missiles mounted on islands inside the strait itself, and underwater mines, the exact type that blew a hole in a Japanese tanker in 2019. Their strategy is to make the passage too dangerous and too expensive for commercial shipping. In narrow, shallow waters like Hormuz, that strategy works devastatingly well. Iran knows this is their most powerful card. During the 1987 tanker war, Iran attacked 190 ships in the Persian Gulf. In 2012, a single Iranian threat to close Hormuz sent oil up 10% in 1 week, not an actual closure, just a threat. Then in 2019, Iran seized a British tanker and held it for months with no real consequence. Every crisis teaches Tehran the same lesson: the threat alone is enough. Right now, in early 2026, tensions around the strait are at their highest point in years. US pressure on Iran has intensified significantly. Iran-backed forces remain active across the broader region. European governments depend on Gulf energy far more than the United States and are watching with open unease. Every diplomatic signal from Tehran is being parsed by EU energy ministers for signs of what comes next. That anxiety is already showing up in energy futures markets. Let's talk numbers. Investment bank models estimate a full 2-week Hormuz closure could push crude oil from roughly $80 a barrel past $150. Nearly double. And because oil is an input cost for almost everything, plastics, fertilizers, transport, a closure does not just hit your gas tank. It hits your grocery store, your heating bill, your delivery costs. When energy spiked after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, global inflation surged. A Hormuz closure would be faster and far harder to stop. Europe carries a specific, painful vulnerability here. Unlike the United States, European nations import the majority of their energy and have almost no domestic cushion. The Russia-Ukraine war sent gas bills in Germany, Italy, and the UK up by 200 to 300% in 2022. That wound has barely closed. A Hormuz disruption layered on top of still fragile European energy markets could tip multiple EU economies into simultaneous recession. There is one layer most people miss entirely. Shipping insurance is priced on risk. The moment Iran escalates near Hormuz, war risk insurance for vessels in the strait can jump 10 times overnight, exactly as it did in 2019. Those costs pass directly to every cargo on every ship: electronics, food, medicine. The hidden inflation from a Hormuz crisis is not just oil. It is everything that moves by sea, rising quietly before the headlines even arrive. Here is the detail that should stay with you. The Strait of Hormuz has never actually been fully closed in modern history. Every threat has stopped short. Every crisis has de-escalated. And because of that track record, markets keep assuming it will not happen this time either. But a single miscalculation, one ship in the wrong lane, one missile, one misread order, and the world's most critical oil choke point becomes a war zone. The question is not whether Iran could close it. What happens the first time the threat is real? If you did not know about the Strait of Hormuz before today, you are now ahead of most people. Follow this channel right now. We cover the stories that will hit your wallet before mainstream news even wakes up. Like this video if it opened your eyes. The next disruption is already forming. Do not be the last to know.